Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Depende de donde se encuentren, sean todos bienvenidos. Y bueno, el día de ayer estuvimos con Andrew Fleming hablando sobre la Universidad de Newcastle y las excelentes oportunidades de estudio que ofrece esta fabulosa universidad británica. Eh, la grabación de ese webinar lo vamos a colgar a continuación. Espero que les guste la información que le damos. Cualquier duda, por favor, contáctenos. Estaremos encantados de asistirlos. Gracias.
All yours.
Hi, Javier. Thank you very much for inviting me, and thanks to everyone in attendance today. My name is Andrew Fleming, and I'm the International Recruitment Officer for Newcastle University. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the city and about the university. Newcastle is a really special place. Maybe it's somewhere that you haven't heard of before, but I'm sure by the end of this session, you'll remember Newcastle for a long time, and hopefully we'll see you on campus maybe next September or in a couple of years' time. So let's get started. So first of all, Newcastle as a city is a wonderful place. It's a very lively place. It's a very friendly place, and it's definitely a student city. There is so much going on, so much to see and do. The people of Newcastle are incredibly friendly and kind, and we have 2 universities in the city of Newcastle. The population of Newcastle is around 350,000, and 50,000 of that population is a student, if not, no, 60,000. So it's a big chunk of the population is a student. So it really is almost run by the students. Newcastle has loads and loads of beautiful things to see and do, but this is one of my favorite parts of the city is the Newcastle quayside by the river. The bridge in the background, that's the Millennium Bridge, which tilts like an eye. And this green one is the Tyne Bridge, so it's very famous. And it looks, it may remind you of the bridge from Sydney, because it was designed by the same person that designed the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's one of the best, it was voted recently one of the best student cities in the UK, and also one of the best in the world. And it was also one of the top 10 for affordability. So something about Newcastle, I always like to say that it has, let's say, big city vibes. It feels like a big city in the sense that there's so much to see and do. You've got a fantastic football team, well, a very big football team, which is now the richest football team in the world after we recently were bought.
That's right.
Yeah, we just need to buy some players now, but we are the richest. And you have the football stadium is across the road from Newcastle University, by the way. So we have loads of bars and restaurants, loads of concerts, festivals, museums, TV, theaters, cinemas, so much to see and do. But you don't have any of the downsides of living in a big city. So it's, first of all, it's an affordable place to live, which is something that you wouldn't get in a big city like London. It's a very affordable place to live. You can live in the city centre because our campus is in the city centre. Our accommodation is in the city centre, and it's affordable to live in the city centre. So that, again, that's something that in London you'd struggle to be able to pay to live right in the middle of the city. Everything's within walking distance, so you don't need to be jumping on the tube or the metro to get to everywhere. Everything in the city centre is within walking distance. It feels safe at night. There's not a lot of traffic. So all of the bad things that you avoid, all of the bad things you'd get from a big city and get all the good things from a big city. So it's a really special place. There's a lot of job opportunities here as well. So we have lots of big tech companies. Nissan, there's a big Nissan factory nearby. So if you wanted to stay in the UK and work, you don't have to go to London. There are opportunities up here in Newcastle. Like I've mentioned, there's loads and loads of activities, lots of things going on, but it's nice and compact. You can walk everywhere. You leave your accommodation and in 5 minutes you're on campus walking, 2 minutes to the football stadium, 5 minutes to your favorite coffee shop and bars, 5 minutes to your favorite shops. Everything's nice and close by. And we also have something that else is special about the city of Newcastle is we have our own beaches. So 20 minutes away on the metro, you can get to the coastline where we've got some beautiful beaches. And we've got lots of historical architecture here. We're in the north of England, so we have castles everywhere. And, you know, there's so much nature. So you've got everything you'd want. And just these are some of my favorite highlights of the area. So we have Grey Street, which is one of the most, it's a very famous street for its beautiful architecture. On the top of the street, you can see a monument. That's Grey's Monument. The top of that is Earl Grey. Now, you'll have heard of Earl Grey because of the tea. Earl Grey was a Prime Minister of England for a while, and the tea, this mix of bergamot and black tea, was given as a gift to him, and it was named Earl Grey tea after him. And he sits on the top of that monument there. Then if you take the metro for 20 minutes, you're on the beach. We have loads and loads of beaches in Newcastle. This is one of my favorite ones. So it's great in the summer and even in the winter when it's got snow on it to go for a walk. If you're brave enough, go in the sea, go and get a fish and chips. You know, not all the cities in the UK have a beach to promote. So that's something that's really special. The Millennium Bridge is one of my favorite pieces of architecture in the city. It rotates so that boats can go underneath it. And along there, you also have the Sage, which is just on the right, and that's a beautiful music venue. And on the left, you've got the Baltic, which is a very famous museum. And then you've got Jesmond Dean, which is one of my favorites because it's only 10 minutes away from me and only about 10 minutes away from the city centre, which is a lovely big forest with loads of things to see. And in the winter, it's covered in snow, and in the summer, it's green and glorious. So it's really special. So I've mentioned Newcastle isn't the biggest city, but it does feel you have all the advantages of a big city. We're also very well connected. So Newcastle is considered the metropolitan capital of Northeast England, and it's extremely well connected. So again, we're not a big city, but we even have an international airport. So we have an international airport. You can get off the airport, get the metro, and in 20 minutes, you're in the city centre. You can fly to the United States, you can fly to Dubai, you can fly all over Europe. Or if you were flying, for example, from Caracas to Paris, and then you can fly from Paris directly to Newcastle, and you're there. And not every city in the UK has an international airport. And we have the train line as well. Something that I really enjoy is traveling around on train. It's about an hour or so up to Edinburgh, and it's about 2.5 to 3 hours down to London. So it's really well connected. You can pretty much get anywhere, whether it's train or flying. Just so you know, from Newcastle to London flying, it's about 45 minutes to an hour. So to give you an idea of the size of England, it's not that big. So it may look like Newcastle and London are really far away, but England isn't a very big country. It just has a lot of cities in it, but it's not huge. So it may look far away, but it really isn't. Just a bit outside Newcastle, we'll have some beautiful historic monuments. So we have Bamburgh Castle. That's a really famous castle that was recently used to film the new Indiana Jones movie. So Harrison Ford was actually filming there, and people saw him, were taking selfies with him in Newcastle very recently. We have Hadrian's Wall. So Hadrian's Wall was a Roman wall that was built to sort of keep the Scots out. And it goes from the northeast coast all the way to the northwest coast of England. And it's obviously kind of small now because it was built by the Romans, but in the past it was a huge fortress basically. And the story of the wall was inspiration for the Game of Thrones, the wall in the Game of Thrones. So a lot of old history in the UK inspired that show, and that wall was inspired by Hadrian's Wall. And then we have Anik Castle. That's one of my favorite, and I actually took that photo a few years ago, and that is where they filmed quite a few scenes from the first couple of Harry Potter movies. So when Harry's learning to fly, and they used to CGI in the Quidditch pitch in there in the background. So if you want to go and see where they filmed quite a few scenes from Harry Potter, then you can go to Anik Castle. So our campus is right in the city centre, which is something that's really, really nice because everything is nearby. As I've said, the city's nice and compact, and the university is right there. So you cross the road, and as you can see, I wasn't lying to you, just to the left, you can actually see St James's Park, the football stadium for Newcastle United. So it is really, really close by, and the campus is really close to everything as well. And it's a very pretty campus, historic red brick campus. That building on the left is our Students' Union, where we have all of our societies, but we also have a concert hall, so you can go and see DJs and things like that. We have a bar, a pub, a coffee shop, Asian food, Domino's pizza, like all sorts of options inside there. And it's a very historic campus with some beautiful buildings. And for example, Martin Luther King visited the university and was given an honorary doctorate. and he actually delivered a speech on campus. So that was a really special thing that happened at Newcastle University. And we have an into building. So if you needed to do the foundation year, you can take the foundation. We have an into campus. So that was the old part of, I would say, the historic, beautiful historic part of the campus. But we've actually just developed a very new part of the campus as well, which is very close by. It's just on the other side of the football stadium. This was a $500 million hybrid city quarter, and it was a joint investment between the Newcastle University and the Newcastle Council. So some of our faculties are there, but also local industry are there as well. These are some of the buildings that have been completed now. So on the right, you have Newcastle Business School, which is just in front of the football stadium. And then top left, we have the Urban Sciences building, where we have software engineering, cybersecurity, a lot of modern programs, urban sciences. So I've described it for you, and now I'm showing you. So this is an overview of the whole city of Newcastle. So as you can see, loads to see and do, but it is nice and compact. It is within walking distance. Everything is within walking distance. From the train station to the football stadium, to the main campus, to the Sage, to the Tyne Bridge, it's all nice and compact. It's all there. So it's really nice in that way that you've got everything at your doorstep, basically. As a university, we are incredibly highly ranked. So we're in the top 150 in the world, particularly with QS, we're 134th. And we are also highly ranked in the UK. We're a Russell Group, which means we're amongst the best UK universities. It's basically like the Ivy League of the UK. And it's a very highly ranked university with a very strong reputation across the world, and our students go on to do great things. So we're highly ranked for employability as well, because we have a fantastic career service that gives students all the support they need to have a fantastic job when they graduate. And we have some specific rankings as well. So we're second in the UK for agriculture, third in the UK for art and design, fourth for dentistry, and we have some other rankings also in the top 10. If you're interested in studying business, our business school is Triple Crown accredited. There are just about 108 business schools in the world that hold this accreditation, so it puts us amongst the very best, and it's something that you should really look for if you're looking to study business. We have students from over 120 different countries. So a lot of our classrooms feel like UN meetings. You have people from all over the world, and you learn from them, and that's something that's really important. The international education in the UK is a melting pot of cultures and ideas. We want to bring people from all over the world so they can learn from each other. And I think that's something that's really special about Newcastle, is we have over 120 nationalities and over 5,000 international students. So these are our main faculties: Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Faculty of Science, Agriculture and Engineering, and the Faculty of Medical Sciences. So I won't go through them all for you, but I'll just pick out some of the big ones. So we have, of course, arts, we have architecture, we have modern languages, we have law, and we have business. We have lots of different engineering options like civil, chemical, marine. So because we're by the coast, we actually have a lab that's based on the beach, which is something that's really special. And for agriculture, we actually manage and run our own farm as well. And people are able to go and learn at that farm. So environmental sciences is something that's really big in agriculture. Then we have a lot of fantastic new programs that maybe 10 years you didn't know what that meant, but now you do, like cybersecurity, game engineering, software engineering. And in the medical school, so medical school is actually linked to our Royal Victoria Infirmary, which was recently ranked one of the best hospitals in the world. And it's actually inside, so it's part of, and it happened to me, I got lost and walked into the hospital when I was trying to go through the faculty. So it's really special that we're actually in a hospital, and we have loads of really good programs there too. So our courses are normally 3 years. So undergraduate programs, that's something to, if you're able to get direct entry, for example, if you studied the IB, most of our bachelor's degrees are 3 years, and our master's degree are normally 1 year. So it is quicker, especially for both master's and undergrad, it's quicker than pretty much everywhere else in the world. So our entry requirements vary, but we're normally looking for a ABB or AAB at A level, which ranges from 32 to 38 points in the IB. And we do accept IELTS, TOEFL, and Pearson. We're normally looking for approximately a 6.5 in the IELTS. We do have an Into Centre, so if students, if you needed to take a foundation, you haven't done the IB, we do have foundation options for you. So you would take 4 years in that instance, but just if you haven't done the IB, it doesn't mean you can't come to Newcastle. The foundation program's there to help sort of bridge you into the university. And our foundation is on campus, so you feel like any other student. So some of the scholarships that we have the Vice Chancellor's Global Scholarship, which worth £4,000. We also have sports scholarships up to the value of £10,000. And we have some PhD scholars, some Masters and PhD scholarships. You have a Master Scholarship with 50%. We have the sports scholarships. We have a PhD scholarship which is where you pay the UK fee, so you pay more than 50% off. And we also work with Schevening. We co-fund students from Schevening from Latin America. Schevening is a scholarship that covers everything. Our accommodation is all on next to the campus. It's all about a 10-minute walk from the campus. So it's right in the city centre. So you step out and you've got your library, you've got everything in front of you. Your classrooms, your favourite bars, your favourite coffee shops, it's all in front of you. We have a new student guarantee. So as long as you apply on time, we will always guarantee students accommodation from international students. And we have lots of different options, for example, catered, self-catered, ensuite, mixed gender, single gender, and even postgraduate accommodation. In our Students' Union, we have loads of different societies. So we, for example, have a Latin American Hispanic Society, which is run by, I think, a girl from Ecuador. But basically, they get together, all the Latin Americans, Hispanics, they get together and celebrate, and they have reggaeton parties and everything else. And it's really, really special. And there's any hobbies or interests that you have, you can develop at the university. We also have over 60 sports clubs and loads of opportunities to give it a go. So maybe you're not the next LeBron James, but you want to try and play basketball. You can play casual basketball with your friends in the court. Our gym membership is only about £27 a month, and including the sports. So if you wanted to book like badminton courts or basketball courts and things like that, you can do that, and that's something that's really, really good and really affordable. So yeah, we've got lots of different societies that I definitely recommend you join, including even a salsa society. So we have any hobbies or interests that you have, or maybe you want to create your own society, you can do that too. So if you want to learn more, feel free to check us out on the website, our YouTube channel. I would definitely recommend you try UniBuddy, because there you can speak to current students and ask them specific questions about the programs that maybe I or Javier don't have the answers to, but they certainly will. So I definitely recommend you try the UniBuddy, because you're going to speak to real students who are studying with us right now. I'll leave you 2 email options. So you've got the americas.io@ncl.ac.uk, but you're also very, very welcome to contact me directly, andrew.fleming@ncl.ac.uk. And of course, make sure you speak to Javier as well, so he's going to give you all the support and guidance you need. We're very happy to have a student from Venezuela starting with us this September. We're very happy for her, and hopefully that'll be you maybe next September or the year after. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you, Andrew. Excellent webinar. Thank you for the information. It is a fantastic, view of all the amenities from the city, from the university, and the possibilities for a study. There is a couple of questions I got here for you. So, I have 4, so let's try to keep some sort of order here. Living expenses. How much can expend a single student in Newcastle, roughly? Because it's really hard and could depend how much do you expend. But in general, how much do you recommend to students to bring to the Newcastle?
Yeah, I would say, so the UK requirement is about £900 per month. as a minimum. Now, I think that is a very good amount for Newcastle. If you were going to another city in the UK, I would say you'd need more. But in Newcastle, I believe that 900 would be enough to live very comfortably.
Okay.
In Newcastle, about 900 to live very comfortably.
So with 900 pounds will be fantastic, will be excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the accommodation is probably going to be about £500, maybe a little bit less, depending on where you go. You can find some cheaper options, or if you want to live in a penthouse, then that's fine. But say £500 roughly for accommodation, and then maybe £400 for food and drink. You'd be fine. Yeah,
Okay,
it's an affordable place to live.
Okay, that's fantastic. The other one is, how many hours per week can a foreigner student work in the UK?
So during study time, it's 20.
Okay.
And when they're on their holidays, it's 40. So
Okay.
in term time, 20, out of hours, 40. The minimum wage, I think, is about £8. So it's a good wage, £8 to £9 per hour. So you could even just work in a coffee shop and make, quite a few pounds.
Yes, and then even you can maybe not to live in your work, but you can afford your other expenses, like invite your friends and go out and even travel to Paris or something like that. Okay, that's the other one, minimum wage. That's the other. And the last one, the hardest one, how easy is to get a post-study work visa for a Venezuelan in this case?
I mean, as long as the only requirement is that you apply and that you graduate, and obviously have a passport. That's about it. There are students who are just applying now because obviously the scheme's quite new. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's not a case of yes or no. It's did you come and study? Yes. Are you an international student? Yes. Did you graduate? Yes. And that's it. That's what it's there for. We have a fantastic educational system here, and what better way to benefit from it is by educating international students and then getting them to stay and use those skills in our industries. So it's a really special option for students, and a very attractive. A lot of people want to have suddenly gone, oh, because I don't believe you can get that in the United States. I'm not sure exactly how it works over there, but we have a lot of options. And it's worth mentioning that some of our programs as well, for example, business, you can take a placement year. So you could do a 4-year bachelor's instead of a 3-year, and your 3rd year, you can work or study abroad. So I have a student from Colombia, and he is studying international business, and in his 3rd year he went to study he went to work in Madrid in a tech company. So he's going to graduate with a bachelor's degree from a fantastic university and a year's experience in a wonderful company in 4 years. So that's something that's really special as well.
Totally agree. Is so far away from the States, and how close is or close are the States at the present. So I think absolutely UK represents a big opportunity to everyone, and Newcastle, obviously. Andrew, I don't know. I think that's it. Thank you very much to you for give us all this information, and stay here and stay longer in your day, because it's quite late in the UK right now. And see you. I hope see you soon.
I look forward to seeing you soon, and thanks to everyone who's joined today. This is the start of your journey. This is it's great that you're here, because this is the start of the process for you, and we're going to give you all the support and guidance that you need, so that it becomes not just a dream but something real. And like I said, we have a student who arrived in September from Venezuela with Javier's support. So it is not a dream, you know, dreams can come true. So stay with us and we'll help you and give you all the support and guidance you need. And thanks again. Muchas gracias.
Muchísimas gracias a todos. Hasta luego. Muy buenas tardes.